Welcome back inside the Indiana Union Construction Industry Radio Studio. I'm Matt Taylor with J.J. Stankovitz. We're talking free agency for the Indianapolis Colts. That's because back in free agency for Indianapolis, linebacker E.J. Speed back in the fold for year number 5 with the Colts. E.J., thanks so much for the time. You got that smiling face. I know you're happy. Congratulations, man. This is awesome for you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, indeed. So tell me about your excitement. What are some things that led you back to Indianapolis in this process for you going through free agency for the first time?
Yeah, just an unfinished business mindset, you know what I mean? We got it's a place where, of course, I did what I need to do as a player to get a second contract, but I feel like as a team we got so much more to prove, so much more to do. And, you know, I got another 2 years to prove myself and prove, you know what I mean, help this team prove that we a staple in the league, and we need to get back to, you know, winning and doing what we do best. You know what I mean?
EJ, what does it mean to you that the Colts believed in you, not just in drafting you, but now in giving you this second contract and this next opportunity here?
It means a lot. You know, Ballard put his trust in me coming in early, and, you know, in this process of free agency, I trusted him, and we got things done, and we made an agreement, you know, to not only come back on the money side, but to come back and do what we need to do as an organization and get this thing back on track. So I'm very much excited. I'm very much appreciative of the Colts organization, the fans. The fans have been great in Lucas Oil, you know what I mean? Like in my 4 years, so supportive, you know what I mean, of me. When I signed, a lot of them was, you know, excited for me to come back. And, you know, I just feel love and appreciating in Indianapolis.
Have you taken any time over the last couple of days just to, like, you know, think about your journey here from being a fifth-round pick, you know, to playing linebacker, to getting that first start in Arizona a couple of years ago, to then having the season you had last year, and now earning this opportunity, just that journey that you've been on?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster for sure. I mean, more ups than downs to me just because of the family-oriented organization we got. You know what I mean? Even through the hard times, we stuck together as a family, and I don't feel like we ever wavered from that. And the hard times wasn't easy, but it was definitely manageable.
Yeah, E.J. Speed with us, linebacker for the Colts, coming back to Indianapolis in free agency. For you, like we said, going through free agency for the first time, what was the process like for you? Did you enjoy it, or was it nerve-wracking? How did you just experience free agency?
It wasn't really too nerve-wracking, so I did enough to understand, like, the game. I did enough, and I put in enough work to be confident in myself that I would be somewhere, but it was just the point of trying to get back to Indianapolis. That was my whole goal through free agency. I text Ballard like right after the season and told him, like, you know, I want to be here.
Sure.
You know, I'm not wavering away from, you know, the things that the media is saying and the things that's going on. Like, I want to be here, and I want to prove, to the fans how appreciative I am. I want to prove to the organization how appreciative I am, and I just want to go out there and win. Yeah.
You know, piggybacking off something that JJ said, like he said, you know, you were drafted by this team. Now you're back with the Colts in free agency, but you're back early. Like, it's the first week of free agency. The Colts have prioritized you, bringing you back. From that standpoint, how much confidence does that give you that you're a coveted guy they want back inside that locker room?
A lot. They're just, I mean, even my teammates was calling me like, bro, let's get back. Like, let's do this. You know what I mean? So that made me feel more, you know, loved and appreciative to come back and, you know, get this thing done. It was never a time that I, like was second guessing if I wanted to come back to the Colts. And that's how I knew that it was time to, you know, let's just get this done early. Let's get back to work and let's do what we need to do. Yeah.
You guys in that linebacker room, you know, Zaire coming back off setting a team record in tackles, Shaq coming back, you now coming back. That's a pretty strong room that you got there at the top with those, you know, you three guys, and then obviously guys like JoJo and Grant and the other dudes in that room.
Yeah, I think just like over the years, the 4 years and going into this fifth year, we always had each other back in that linebacking core. You know, we lost a real soldier in Bobby to New York, but I mean, we're going to always be on the phone. We're going to always make sure we all holding that standard that we had since day one. And that linebacking core is just more than names, you know what I mean? It's like so much stuff that goes in that linebacking core, even with the young guys being able to hold the standard to what's expected, you know. So from day one, we always had these expectations. It'll spill over into the young guys, and you'll see JoJo and Forrest and all those guys start making more plays as they go. I mean, JoJo had a special team touchdown last year, and that's what we like to see as being like veterans in the room. We actually rate ourselves based on how the younger guys step up to the plate when their number is called, and that's what I just love about the room. It helped me.
You know, like you said, Bobby Okereke, unfortunately unable to come back with this team in free agency, and you understand the business, right? Free agency gives, you're back, and it takes away. It's got to be pretty bittersweet because at the end of the day, you understand the NFL it's a business, it's tough, it's hardcore, but it's real life, and you're really close with these guys, and they become your friends. They become great teammates and great brothers, like you said. How bittersweet was it to see Bobby signed that contract, but unfortunately not with the Colts, and you can't play with him any longer?
Yeah, I was definitely excited that he signed, the contract that he wanted. And, he worked so hard. Like, from day one, me and Bobby was in the same draft class.
Mm-hmm.
So from day one, we would come in and, like, we was roommates in camp. We push-ups and sit-ups.
And that's the stuff I don't think
night.
people understand.
Yeah, like, we became brothers, our family, our mothers talk, our mothers text. And, you know what I mean? FaceTime calls and stuff every week, just talking and, meeting in different states and cities and making sure that we keep that brotherhood tight. And, the standard that we hold is crazy because, like, with Bobby leaving, I feel like it's a piece of me. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's certain things that Bobby learned from me and I learned from Bobby that made us who we are. You know what I mean? And for both of us to sign a second contract coming in together and, we stayed, both of us to stay with the Colts for 4 years, like, and finish our rookie deal out with the Colts, says something. Yeah. It says something, the standard that we put together for each other.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's E.J. Speed with us, linebacker for the Colts. He's back with the team in free agency. And you just said something, too, that's always fascinating, too, about, wanting to continue to develop and continue to grow. You did that last year. You had career highs in tackles for loss. You're continuing to make plays on special teams. But on defense, you had a career year under Gus Bradley. He's coming back as defensive coordinator. How exciting is that for you to continue to play under his tutelage, if you will?
It's exciting because Gus trusts me. You know what I mean? He put trust in me, and he put me on the field to in opportunistic times, and I made that count. So when I do that for him and he does that for me, like a bond get created, and the sky's the limit from there.
Do you have a favorite play that you made? I'm thinking about like your strip sack.
No, actually, my favorite play of last season was it was a kickoff going into overtime versus Minnesota. If y'all play back that play, it's like it was a crazy play. It was the opening kickoff of overtime, and I knew we needed to pin them. You know what I mean? Because you know how overtime is. We knew we needed to pin them.
Right.
And I just went down and I went through like 3 dudes and made a stop inside the 20. It was crazy, and like we played that back in I didn't even know I went that crazy until we played it back in film. You know how Bubba get.
Yeah.
Bubba get real, what I mean? He get crazy, so we played it back in film. He was like, bro, that play was so crazy. And like that was my favorite play of the season because I feel like we lost Zaire on special teams. You know what I mean? So it was one of those times where like, all right, this is my turn. This is my chance to be a soldier. Like, you got to step like in this situation because you know how our special teams is and like how important it is in overtime. So I'm like, let me put on my suit, my cape, go down there and do my thing, knowing I got to get right back on defense. But I didn't care about that. I was ready to go.
Well, all right. So speaking of special teams, you have 2 career special teams touchdowns on block punts. You also have another blocked punt that led to a touchdown for another one of your teammates. New special teams coordinator Brian Mason comes from Notre Dame. They had a boatload of block punts last year at the collegiate level. I think 7 of them last year for the Irish. What do you know about Coach Mason and what excites you about working with him?
Just like you said, that he had success in blocking punts, and that's what we've been doing here for years. We got a block punt with a touchdown dang near 3 years in a row?
Yep. No, 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row. Yeah. So it's it's time to let's keep that trend going. That ain't something we won't let go of. So I'm sure Coach Mason knows that and stuff like that. So I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but when I do, I'm sure it'll be a great conversation because he like to make plays just as much as I do. So.
You're talking about Gus having faith in you and allowing you to have some of those opportunities, but the reinforcement of then you going out and making plays, like when I asked you what your favorite play was, I kind of thought you might be like the stop he had on Travis Etienne against the Jags in Week 6, where he kind of came, they pitched it to him on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I kind of thought you were going to go there because that was an awesome play too. But just like to continue to reinforce Gus's trust? Like, what did that feel like this year? What did it feel like to continue to get those opportunities?
It means everything. It means that I can't fall short of what's expected. Just because I know that those opportunities are going to be presented, because he's already expressed to me that I trust you, I want to do this, I want to do that. So he already laid down the game plan for me of what's expected for this season. So for me, when I'm in summer workouts or whatever like that, I take that into consideration. I take that trust, and I don't take it for granted. I'm like, you know what I mean? Somebody put, Gus is a NFL coach, and he's working to be, more than he is, and I'm working to be more than I am. So for me to fall short of anything that's expected is not acceptable in my eyes.
Yeah.
So so that's the plane that I'm on with Gus and with the coaching staff and basically with the whole organization. Like, I gotta put on what they call it, with great becomes great responsibility or whatever like that.
Sure.
So yeah, that's my move with it.
When the organization rewards you with a contract extension, now you got to go out and reward them. That sort of mentality.
Yeah, I earned it. I mean, of course, I put everything in line in these 4 years to earn what has been given. So now I got to go fulfill
that responsibility, right?
Yeah. You got to go fulfill it.
Last one with E.J. Speed, linebacker for the Colts. Again, congratulations are in order for him coming back to the team in free agency. For you, what's this offseason been like outside of the business realm of getting a new contract in terms of working out? And I know last year, record-wise, the season didn't go like anybody envisioned. How are you using that as fuel and motivation going into – we're only a couple weeks away from the offseason workout program here.
So I got a pretty strict workout plan that I go through every year. So I go 3 weeks where I get in bed early, eat healthy, get into I call it blackout mode. But I get into a blackout mode where it's all ball at that point. It's I barely kick it with the family or whatever like that. I just get into my mode because that's what's needed. So I'm actually in that point right now. That's why I gotta get back to that.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I'm in that point right now. So yeah, it's just preparing and stuff like that, preparing for what's to come. And I know that it's other people out there working too, so I want to outwork them.
No doubt.
In a sense, you know what I mean? Can't be underprepared. So
right.
That's the vibe right now.
Well, we appreciate you squeezing us in during that mode that you're in right now. So very much appreciative of that. Welcome back, E.J. Speed, linebacker for the Colts. Congratulations again, and we'll see you soon here in the spring.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.